Right, welcome back. It's the 19th, so it is Ellough Park today. It's now 6:15. We'll be leaving about 6:30. So, goal for today is to actually go and win the championship. And as you can see on screen right now, we are about 36 points ahead of second, if I'm correct, and 84 ahead of third. So, third place, not really got much chance, but obviously it is still all to play for. There are actually quite a few very good drivers coming. Got the likes of Liam, who's round there very good, and is the one I'm expecting to give me the hardest challenge today. We've also got the 2019 Super 1 champion turning up as well. It is his first time, but we're actually going to try and help him as well, but that'll be good. So 2019 Super 1 champion, I'm the current 2020. Good little battle on the track. Obviously you've got Josh, who's going to be up there. Jack Leverage hasn't been in the cut for a little while again, but he's normally very quick as well. So there's like 5 of us out there today that will actually be very good and having a very good race. So, but yeah, so I'll check back in with you when we're at the track. So we now are on our way. It is actually currently raining, so it looks like we might have a wet start to the day. But yeah. So all set up, ready to go, signed in. Got my suit on. First session, we're actually going on slicks, but the track is currently wet, so probably going to be one of the slowest. But I think for the first race that we're all actually going to be on slicks. So we go out now, find out where the grip actually is. So come to heat 1, we should have an advantage over anyone that goes wets. But we'll see. It might be the fastest, probably going to be one of the slowest. But I actually like driving slicks in the wet. I'm used to it from the corporate track. So if we're slow, at least have a bit of fun, and then see how we get on. So as you saw the little clip from practice, we did go slicks. It was very slippery still. We was actually 5 seconds off the pace, so they were slower, and it was a big sort of gap. So we did know that the first race we still had to go wets, which obviously is what we did. But yeah, we wasn't actually the slowest on the track. We did beat someone, but the rest of the field was actually quicker than us. So it was good to find out where the grip was, because if it did rain later on in the day when we're on slicks, then we actually had an advantage. But first session, yeah, slicks wasn't quite the one.
That's what he called it. You do hit the brake. It's like jumping and then locking him. Apparently he hit the back. I was running with a hospital.
So as you just saw from that very short clip there, first heat didn't quite go to plan. Started the first lap, got going, actually made a good move on a driver, went over the hill. As I turned in, he actually had an issue with his brakes, which caused him to hit the back of my cart, pull my exhaust away from the engine, and actually knocked the end can of my exhaust off, and actually stayed in the track for the rest of the race. So weren't a very good start. Had to just freewheel it into the pit lane, turned the engine off because obviously didn't want to do any more damage. Meant now the rest of the day was going to be hard work, because that was last place points for the heats, which made the championship very close, as well as meaning for the final I had to make sure I got good heats for the other two to make sure we had a decent starting position in the final. But obviously the driver did apologise for the move. It wasn't intentional. At the end of the day, it's racing, incidents happen. For us, was obviously not very good, but yeah, it was couldn't be helped. So
Are you?
second heat went a lot better. We started fourth, got sort of a good start, got going. The driver that started in front of me was actually the one that we had the incident with in the first heat, so we were sort of having a laugh, saying like, if you don't get my way, we'll get some revenge. But no, it was good. Surprisingly, Liam started 10th, and the plan was to get a good start, get away, and try and build a gap before Liam obviously caught us up. Liam was in front by the end of the first lap, so fair play to him. Couldn't stop that. Obviously, I hadn't actually done a lap on the wet tyres, so didn't really know where the grip was. Obviously, they'd done one session already, so we had a bit more of an advantage, but no, fair play, very fast. Finally did get through, got into second, and the mid part of the race, we were just about catching Liam, and then probably 5 laps or so from the end, my car sort of dropped off. Believe we got the tyre pressures wrong, and he just pulled away, just couldn't catch him. But that was a good result. Obviously second gave us some good points, so meant we might have a better starting position for the final. So that was heat 3. As you can see, we was on slicks apart from one driver. They did go wet, and they were at the front, and they soon went to the back. So slicks was definitely the right call. We'd actually made the call with another driver in our garage, saying, look, go slicks, slicks is definitely faster. And they went on track, sort of went to the back, and then just drove to the front and cleared off. So we knew slicks was the right call. We was hoping sort of more people would stay wet, because we knew the slicks were the one, but no, most people went slicks. But we actually started at the back for heat 3. I got through into second quite quick, but by then Liam had already gone. We pretty much matched his pace for the whole race, and at the end of it, I think he was 300ths faster than me, so it gave me more confidence going into the final none. We've got the pace to live with him. You know, it's like when you're actually with other drivers, they just pull you along. So as long as you're within a tenth, you can always find that extra pace. But it was good. Obviously, we were still actually on a wet setup because it was a late call for the slicks, which meant obviously we did make a couple of changes for the final, hoping that we could find that extra sort of couple of tenths to pull me through. But yeah, heat 3 went actually really well. Second place, good finish, meaning better starting position for the final. So final race of the season and for the championship. Somehow we actually lined up second on the grid, so the 2 second place results we had gave us enough points to start as second, which was good. Obviously third might have been a little bit better because it meant I could have definitely pushed away with Liam from the start, but starting second just meant as soon as we crossed the line I had to sort of like come across, get behind Liam and go, which I did. As you sort of saw, the car wouldn't initially start in the pit lane. Found out all it was just a little bit of grit under the button, so I couldn't actually press it down, so we managed to clear it out. Again, thanks to Liam's dad, he tried to help me straight away pick it up to get me out there racing him, so yeah, I do appreciate that. But finally got going. So yeah, race started, managed to slot him behind Liam in second. He had a little bit of a gap because obviously I tried to make sure the driver behind didn't get past. Then sort of drove a couple of laps, caught Liam up. Got a very good run on one lap where I tried to go for a move, but I think he actually saw me and covered it off. But as soon as I saw he started defending, the driver in third then was catching up, so I knew I had to sort of try and go soon before I end up getting overtaken and then Liam getting a gap. So what I'd done, got a very good run at the last corner, up the straight in his toe, and pulled out last minute, late on the brakes, up the inside, and sort of took the track away from Liam, and held him there long enough that third place then obviously done him as well, got into second. And as soon as that happened, I knew I had to go and do some good fast laps to pull that gap, which is what I'd done. I think Liam got held up for 1 or 2 laps. By the time he got through, we probably had about a second gap, and then I just maintained it for the whole race. Last couple of laps, we actually then pulled that gap a little bit bigger, so very good result. Then obviously we had the presentation, as you're now about to see. Also what they've done is they actually done the end of year presentation there as well, so we've got the trophies for the top 3 in the championship, because obviously they can't do a presentation like they normally do because of the whole COVID-19. Don't know if we're going to be in lockdown or not, so yeah, they done that for us. So as you saw from just that little video there, obviously there's 3 of us there with trophies. All 3 are from Kart Track Chroma. Obviously me and Josh were in the seniors, so I come first, Josh was 3rd overall, and Bryn actually won his championship as well, so well done to Bryn, very good driving that day. What I would like to say is a big thank you to obviously my dad again for getting that kart spot on. To everyone that actually knows him, very hard to actually get him to do work on my kart once we're there. He's just sort of happy, get in it, drive it, see what happens. He was actually working on it most of the day when we got there, got him on it, and obviously as it dried, making the changes. So it was nice to have him working. on the kart. But yeah, he had that thing spot on. Obviously the mad croc round Ellough is it's just unbeatable. It is so good, and I love it. So highly recommend that kart. Motor, obviously thank you to GFM. The motor honestly all day was singing. That it was fast. I had the speed obviously in the final to get in Liam's toe and actually pull out and overtake him. So yeah, motor's been perfect and all year, no issues with it at all. Spot on, so appreciate that. And also finally everyone at the kart track for obviously covering me at work while I'm away racing. Again, really do appreciate that. One last thank you is to all the marshals up at Ellough Park for obviously keeping everyone safe, as well as Jack Willis for filming most of this video. I will put his Instagram link and that in the description, so please go check him out. Obviously I do appreciate he's filmed most of it for me. Ellough don't allow you to run GoPros, so this is obviously the best we can do. He did also get some photos, so what I'll do is put that at the end of this video now so you can have a quick look at some of the photos as well. But cheers.